Okay, hello everyone. I've been doing a bit of a deeper dive on what's going on with the trial. Like Kari Lake trial began this morning, and there's a guy I listened to. I don't remember his name, but more in-depth analysis of what's happening. So I'll just point out a couple things here. But first, go in the description below. We have Bible every morning that I do every morning. It's for me personally to spend time with God, but there's a community growing, developing there. The link is in the description below. It's on Christian Podcast Central. Every morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time, we just listen to the Word of God, and I do a little commentary. Join us. Okay, so yeah, this is an activist judge, clearly, based on what I mean. In the first trial, I reserved judgment. The first trial, the judge set the standard of you have to prove intentionality, and I'm like, okay, sounds like some kind of legalese terminology, but people commenting were saying Arizona law does not require it. Arizona law does not require it to prove intentionality. That judge is pulling that out of nowhere. And that was essentially the response people were having. And I'm like, is that true? I don't know. I wasn't, I'm not a law expert or whatever. But in the analysis I listened to last night of what this judge is now requiring of Kari Lake, based on what they submitted. Again, I'm not a legal expert. I didn't boil down and look at all the terminology. But apparently, this judge has reinterpreted Kari Lake's case. So Kari Lake is proposing, or is arguing, is that the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors and Katie Hobbs, right? Those are the two entities that are in charge of elections, right? Katie Hobbs is the statewide office holder in charge of elections, and then the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors are the county office in charge of their own county, which is the fourth or fifth largest county in the nation, population-wise. It's why this is important. This is not just some county in Arizona. It's the fourth or fifth largest population, largest county in the United States. That's why this is the tip of the spear. Well, Kari Lake is arguing that the county did not follow their own laws, their own procedures properly. And there's 3 stages of signature verification. Stage 1, first people to make contact with the ballot. If there's an issue, it goes up to stage 2, and there's still an issue, it goes up to stage 3. I don't think there's a stage 4. I think stage 3 is maybe when it gets to the election manager or something. That they're arguing that those were not properly followed. But the judge has taken what they submitted for this trial and narrowed it, or even reinterpreted it. It feels like a reinterpretation of saying that Kari Lake must prove that they didn't use any of those measures. Not that they improperly used them or didn't follow them as perfectly or as extensively as they needed to, and violated, not that they used them but did them wrong. That was Kari Lake's case. He's saying you have to prove that there were no measures, that none of these other steps were followed at all. And that is an extremely high bar. And I'm like, okay, did he find some kind of phrasing in, is he pulling this out of some way Kari Lake's lawyers phrased their case? Or is he just realizing I have to do something this extreme to get this out of my courtroom? And I think the latter is the case. He's pushing this in a direction, because as soon as he ruled the case can go forward, Kari Lake, when they read what was going to be expected of them right now, May 16th in the courtroom, they filed for a relief from judgment. In other words, what this judge is asking, we want relief from that because he's wrong. And so I don't know where it stands right now. They filed a relief from judgment. The judge, before the trial, has to either reconfigure what he's expecting or completely deny what the relief from judgment. So that's where we stand. I'll check back in later, but it's going to go to the Arizona Supreme Court. This judge is going to kick it out. It's going to be frustrating for a bunch of people watching, but it's going to I've always expected it'll get kicked out of this and go back to the Supreme Court. So this is not new. It's just crazy to see an activist judge acting. God is in control.